Hello dudes, it's me Alanis10 here, back with another Wynncraft quest guide. Today we're taking a look at Temple of the Legends. It's a level 68 quest and it is very long. Talk to Keylight at the entrance of the Temple of the Legends close to Troms at those coordinates. We're gonna start off by clicking to track it. We're starting right outside of Troms. Now before you can start this quest, we'll need to prepare quite a few things. You want to bring the Creeper Mask from the Creeper Infiltration quest. Then you also want to bring the Climbing Helmet from Ice Nations. And it's also good if you've completed the Passage quest, you can go between Troms and the Pigment Ravines. Then we also want to bring Seltrar Scroll, Rymek Scroll, Nesak Scroll, and a Troms Scroll. Apart from that, you're going to need some potions. Now let's just walk over to the Temple of the Legends and we can find Keylight right over here and speak to him. Here we select option 4. If you think I'm not impressive, why should I bother convincing you? And then we continue talking to him. And now we make our way over to Elkurn, so we're going to take our Nesak Scroll. There we go. And now make our way over to Elkurn by heading north. So we just leave the city. And then we can cut across the plains here and then cross this bridge. And then here in Elkurn, we enter over here. And then we turn to the right and go inside and speak to Jorkin. And then we exit and make our way over to the Roots of Corruption. In this part, you might need some potions. And if you do die, just come back from wherever you respawn and try again. So we just go down these stairs here. And then we go over to the left over here. And then we enter this cave. And now we just walk through. And then here we have to fight several waves of enemies. And now we can continue. And then again, waves of enemies. And then we continue. And then over here we have a parkour. Oh. Oh. And then we fight more enemies. And now we get a light dust and we make our way back to Jorkin in Elkurn. And now we speak to him. And now we take a scroll to Selchar. And then we make our way down to the Sea Skipper. And then we buy a pass to the Mage Island. And then here at Mage Island, we continue up the path here. And then over here, we need to do a parkour. Oops. And then we speak to Ray Cyroth here. And now we just drop down here. And then we go into the cave under his house. And now we have to collect 12 sky vapor from the mobs that spawn here. And then once you have 12, we just return back up to Reisharoth. And we talk to him. And now we need to go back to Troms and speak to Keylite. So we take a scroll to Troms. And we make our way over to the Temple of Legends. And now we speak to Keylite. Now for this next part, we need to collect a few items before we can go and talk to the next NPC. So first, we're going to make our way over to the Dernal jungle. So we're just going to leave here and head south. And now we go over here. And then enter the Dernal jungle. And now we just take this path down here. And then we continue to the east. And then right over here after this ruin, we turn to the left and enter this cave, the Jungle Fetish Camp. We enter it and we go to the very bottom. And then over here, we need to find a leaf. And the leaf spawns on the ground, so we just pick it up. We just need one. And then we can just go back and exit the cave. All right. Once we have the leaf, we take another scroll to Selchar. I'm just gonna get a charge. And now we scroll to Selchar. There we go. Now once you're in Selchar, we're gonna go over to the east. And then we go over to the Seavale Reef right over here. We can just drop down and swim through the water. In here, we need to find a coral. The coral normally spawns inside inside any cave for that matter, but normally inside some of these caves. The coral normally spawns inside one of the caves around here, so we can just dive around for a few minutes and then check mainly the caves and look for the coral. It does need some time to spawn sometimes. So we just keep on swimming around. There it is. It is this one over here. Let's see if we can pick it up. There we go. And then we can just leave. All right, we can drop everything else. And then we can go back to Selchar. All right. So now we have the leaf and the coral of Nelfors. We can drop the other stuff. Now we go over to the sea skipper. And then here at the Sea Skipper, we buy a ticket to the Maro Peaks. And then here at the Maro Peaks, remember to put on your climbing helmet. And then we can just walk up the pathway here. And then we loop around this first island. So we just continue going to the right. And then we continue on this path here. And then we continue going this way. And then we continue on to the next bridge. We go through this cave. Continue along here. Then we go up here. And we go around. And then here at the end, we drop down the ladder. And then we go across here. And then over here, we can just jump across this edge here. And then go over to this island. And then we cross this bridge. And then we go up here. And then we just drop down. And then we pick up... Oh, just one will be enough. Let's see. We pick up one Maro's Eye Jewel. And now we don't need to take this sort of exit here. We can just take a scroll over to Rymek. And then once we're in Rymek, we want to make our way over to the bank. And then here across from the bank, we have this bazaar area. We want to go through and find the fabrics merchant. Here, if you don't have gold, you can just go to the bank and convert emeralds into gold. And here we want to buy the old Touroto hide. There we go. And now we can take a scroll back to Troms. All right, once we're in Troms, we want to make sure that we have all 4 items, the Touroto hide, Aseado leaf, coral of Nelfors, and then Maro's Eye Jewel, and then also the creeper mask. Now we're going to make our way over to the Pigman Ravine, so we're going to go up here. And then we take the passage right over here. And then we go through here. And then we enter the creeper cave. We put on our helmet and go through. Oh. totally didn't fail that. There we go. And now we take the creeper follower and lead it down to the bottom. And now it opens the exit. And we enter. And then over here in this little hideout, we find Garrel and we speak to him. And now we give him all the items. And there we go. Now we get the Helmet of the Legends. So now we can turn around and take the exit. And then you can put on your normal helmet. And then we return to Keylight at the Temple of Legends. Here we are, and now we speak to Keylight. And now we go and identify this helmet. The identifier can be found right here. There we go. And now we go back down to the Temple of Legends. Now in the upcoming part, we're going to fight one of the most powerful bosses at this point in the game. So you might need some backup by... and here we are. So at this point you need to prepare. This is going to be one of the toughest boss fights at this point in the game. If you can, bring a friend. If you don't have one, use the party finder to create a public party. Otherwise, just... So at this point, we're going to fight a boss fight. If you die, just come back here and try again. If you need help, you can create a public party using the party finder. Put on the helmet and then enter the cave. And then go through. And then continue. And then over here, just drop down. And then walk through this room. And continue through here. And now prepare for the boss fight. As you can tell, it's not the easiest boss fight in the game, especially if you're doing this quest at level, but once you defeated it, grab the corrupted heart and exit. And now you can put on your normal helmet. And now we can return to Keylight. Oh, this is there we go. I believe I have slowness. There we go. Now we can return to Keylight and speak to him. And there we go, quest completed, Temple of the Legends. 550,000 experience points, access to the Temple of Legends, and 1 purified Helmet of the Legends, the helmet that you used before. This is the Temple of Legends that you access. In here, you'll be able to access a weapon merchant for a later quest in the game. And there's also a boss altar right here, as well as a leveling spot, as well as a bank. And that's it for this quest guide. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.